We're going to move every joint in its range of motion. We're going to stretch most of the muscles in the body. We're going to engage most of the muscles in the body. This is the joint freeing series from Mukunda Stiles. It's who I learned it from. And we're going to adapt this for a chair. You'll notice I have 2 blocks under my feet. This ensures that my knees are in line with my hips. You may or may not need something underneath your feet to raise the floor so it's comfortable for your hips. And as always, with any practice that I lead, you have permission to not do something if it's hurting or doesn't work for you. If you have questions about any of the specific practices or you're struggling with something, feel free to leave it in the comments and I will get to you as soon as I can. We're going to do 6 breaths in each movement. When I lead this in a regular class, we spend about a minute with each movement, so we lengthen the practice out and can really spend time in it. So we start all the way down here with the feet. Now you can lengthen one leg out, you can lengthen both legs out. You can keep the heels on the floor, whatever adaptation you need. We'll inhale and point, exhale, flex and spread the toes. Inhale through the nose to point, exhale, flex and spread. Inhale, point, exhale and flex. Let's do 3 more. Last one. And now eversion and inversion of the ankles. So bringing the inner heels and the big toe mounds to touch the feet are in that flexion, dorsiflexion it's called. Inhale, pinky toes towards each other. And then on the exhale, try and draw your pinky toes towards the outer leg without pulling the feet apart. Inhale together, exhale to open. The attempt is very important. We don't need to achieve the full expression for it to have major benefits in the body. We've got 2 more breaths here, 2 more movements. Inhale and exhale. And then make the feet wide enough apart so you don't bonk the toes, and we circle the ankles. And then let's circle the other direction. And then bending the knees again. If you need to move the blocks, great. This is good practice picking them up. We're going to move to the knees. So we're going to inhale and pull your heel towards your bum. And then with the exhale, extend the leg. You may even be able to hold behind the thigh and extend. Got 3 more. Moving whatever way works for you. You can pause in the middle if you need to. Last one. And then we'll switch sides. So same thing. You're inhaling, heel towards the bum. Exhale, extend. As we bring the heel in, you're strengthening your quadriceps. Your hamstrings, you're stretching your quadriceps. As you exhale and extend, you're strengthening your quads, stretching your hamstrings. Let's do 3 more. And then bringing the foot down. This one can be kind of complex. We're going to do internal and external rotation of the hip joints, as well as some abduction and adduction. What are those? Don't worry, I'll lead you through it. So This one, it helps to bring your bum towards the edge of your chair. And you're going to take your legs wider apart. Start with one leg, and you're going to bring the big toe to the floor. This is the internal rotation. And sweep the foot across to touch the other foot. If they don't touch, bring that other foot closer. With the exhale, pinky toe touches, and we sweep out. Inhale to bring the leg in. Exhale to bring the leg out. Keep going. We're going to do 12 here or thereabouts. So when we bring the leg in, you're strengthening inner thigh. When we bring the leg out, you're strengthening the outer hip. When we bring the leg in, you're starting to open through the outer leg. When you bring it out, you're opening through the inner thigh. Doing 5 more here. Last 2. And then release that leg, second leg. This is usually the harder leg for people. So big toe touches. If this hip and cheek comes off the chair, that's fine. Sweep the foot in. Exhale, pinky toe, sweep the foot out. Inhale together. Exhale out. And try and have that big toe touching the whole way and that pinky toe touching the whole way. And we're about halfway there. And let's do 3 more. If you're counting and you have more to go, feel free to do the more you have. Last one. And then bring the legs back. So we're going to bring knees together, feet together. You can have your feet on the block. And we're going to move the knees. So you're going to try and keep your legs together as we inhale here. Exhale, tip the knees to one side. Inhale, center. Exhale, tip the knees to the other side. Trying to keep the shoulders even, the hips in place. This is more adduction and induction, or abduction and adduction. It's a mouthful of words there. So it's inner thighs and outer hips. You probably feel your inner thighs. Let's do 2 more to each side. And when you've done both sides, evenly come back to center. This next part is for the low back. Now you can do this seated. If you're able to stand, you can also do this standing. So I'll do a couple breaths seated, and then I'll do a couple breaths standing so you can see in both places. So with the inhale, you're going to tip your tailbone under, reach your tailbone back, and then with the exhale, pull your navel in and lengthen through your low back. Inhale. Low back rounds. Exhale, squeeze the navel in and get nice and tall. Keep going. If you choose to do this standing, you can bring your hands to the chair, or you can bring your hands to a wall, or maybe even the back of the chair. I'll use the back of the chair. All right, one more. And then we're going to add the legs. So if you're standing, adding the legs looks like this. I'm inhaling to bring one knee in, and then exhaling to bring the leg behind me. So I'm working my butt cheek there. Inhale, knee comes in. Exhale, lengthen. If you need to remain in the chair, we can turn our bodies on the chair. And I'm holding on, inhale and exhale. Let's do 3 more. I know it's a little more, but working those glutes is really important for low back health. And then simply switch legs if you're standing. If you're in the chair, turn in the chair. And again, we'll inhale, knee comes in. Exhale, bring the leg behind you. Doesn't even have to be straight to work that glute. Get the heart lifting. We've got 3 more to go here. And then when you finish, coming back, we're going to sit down in the chair again. When I lead this in a class setting, we go from that standing to working on some balance poses. This is a great time to do balance if you're up and out of the chair. If you're watching at home, remember to do some balance. Every little bit helps, and every day is important. So, supporting your feet, we're going to move into the hands now. So bringing your arms in front, roll your shoulders back. You can drop your elbows a little bit. We're going to inhale up, exhale, fingertips down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Working the wrists and the fingers. 2 more. And then turn the palms to face up. And we inhale, pinky fingers towards each other. Exhale, the pinky fingers away. Inhale towards each other. Exhale away. This is very much like passing the pie, passing the plate, or passing the buck. Last 2. It's eversion and inversion of the wrists. And then turn the hands to face down, soft fist with the thumb on the outside, and circle the wrists. The first couple of times you do this, you may need to rest the shoulders. This is a good resting point because this strengthens the deltoids having the arms up. Circle the other direction. Keep breathing. And then turn the palms to face up, arms long. Inhale and exhale. We're moving the joint, or the elbow joint. We're moving all the joints. Inhale to open. Exhale, fingertips to the shoulders. 2 more. Leave your hands on your shoulders. We're going to do our pectoralis muscles now. So we're going to inhale and touch the elbows together. And then with the exhale, open the elbows, squeezing shoulder blades towards each other. Inhale together up high. Exhale, open. Drop your elbows a little bit and inhale them together down lower. Exhale, open. together. Exhale, open. Drop them once again. Inhale together. Exhale, open. When you exhale and open, bring the elbows in line with your shoulders and then bring your hands in line with your elbows. We're going to inhale and begin to drop your fingertips towards the floor on one side. Exhale to switch. Inhale to switch. We're working the rotator cuffs here. So it's a small movement. You want to keep your shoulders nice and still. You can imagine that your shoulder blades are up against the wall and you're just moving the arm bone in the shoulder. That's your humerus. We're going against gravity here, so you may feel those rotators a little bit. This is good strength work to help protect those rotators. When you've done both sides evenly, we're going to release the arms. And then we'll inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, sweep the arms down and back. Keep your torso perfectly still. Let's do 3 more. And last one. And release. Now we're going to do our mid and upper back. So on the inhale, you're rounding the upper back. On the exhale, lifting your heart up. Inhale, round. Exhale, lift. Inhale, expand the breath into the back of the body. Exhale, extend. 3 more. So I know I lead the breath a little different than Mukunda taught it. I found it still works. Last breath. And then come up to center. If you get confused with the breath, as long as you're breathing in with one movement and exhaling with the opposite movement, it's good enough in my book. We can work on refining that later. So at center, we're going to inhale here and then exhale, tip to one side. Inhale, center. Exhale, tip to the other side. Spine is nice and long here. If you'd like, you can bring the opposite arm up to shoulder level. And then if you'd like, you can bring the arm all the way up and over, hold the rung of the chair if you need extra support, or the leg, or the seat. 1 more to each side. And then release. And then for this one, you may wish to slide forward a little bit. We're going to rotate the spine. So we're inhaling at center. Exhale, bring one hand behind you. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. So nice and simple. You are welcome to take the hand that's forward and bring it across to the other knee. Let it rest there. Don't pull the knee. When we pull and yank on the legs in a twist, it can damage our ligaments in our back and our sacrum. We want those good and healthy for aging. Let's do 1 more to each side. No matter how tempting that, hold, yank is don't do it. And I say tempting because it tempts me. And then we come back to center. Last round of movements is for the neck. We just did 6 movements of the spine, and we're going to do 6 movements in your cervical spine. So nice straight spine. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Keep going. Two more, inhaling up, exhaling down. And then coming back to center. Now we're going to do the lateral movements. So inhaling at center, exhale, tip your head to one side, inhale center, exhale, tip to the other side. This practice works better if you tip without an intense stretch. So don't go to the edge. That's actually not doing us any favors. As we work through this practice, you may find that you don't feel anything. That's a good thing. Sports science medicine tells us that when we feel the stretch, we may already be in too deep. Let's do 2 more to each side. And when you're complete here, come back to center. Last movement, you're going to keep your chin parallel. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn. Just looking over your shoulder. It's almost like a, huh? Oh, you're over there. Two more to each side. And then when you complete, come back to center. We rest with the eyes soft. You've just moved every joint in your body. Notice the toes and the fingertips. You might feel the energy moving in your body. This is one of my students' favorite practices because she feels so good afterwards. And as someone with a neck injury, I can tell you this was really instrumental in bringing back some neck health and neck mobility for me. So I do love this practice. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're in Oregon and you want to join me for this practice in person, I teach it every Tuesdays at Soul to Soul Yoga in our Lebanon location. You're getting a little peek at our Albany location. So I hope to see you either here or again on the mat. Thank you so much for joining me.